It seems the main purpose of encouraging children to identify with the queerest part of their personalities is to make them unfit as future fathers and mothers. Okay, this is the first of 7 strategies that are designed to sterilize society. We all have many elements of our personalities, but what's unique about society today is how we are trying to help children at the youngest possible age identify with the most gender non-conforming elements of their personality. They are told that identifying with these elements of their personality will make them more unique. That'll make them more authentic. That will also enroll them into a community and a victim class that will make them morally virtuous. But what isn't told to kids today is this also dramatically lowers their chances of attracting a mate of the opposite gender, and it'll also make them less prepared to make half the team that it requires to raise a thriving family. Did you know that the cost of college would be less than half of what it is today if the government stayed out of the loan business? This is the second of 7 strategies designed to sterilize society. Over the past 20 years, college tuition has increased twice as fast as inflation. Colleges were only able to increase their tuition at this speed because the government continued to roll out new loan products that would drive students farther and farther into debt. But these loans put students into so much debt for so long that they had to delay starting a family, rendering millions of students childless for life. Just over the last 50 years, housing prices have increased more than 2,000%. This is the third of 7 strategies designed to sterilize society. If the government spends more than it takes in, they have 3 choices. They could raise taxes, which mostly hurts the rich. They could cut spending, which hurts special interest groups, or they can just print more money, called inflation, which hurts the poor and young adults the most. And you guessed it, they chose to print more money. And every time inflation goes up, it makes buying a house or providing for a family that much more expensive. The inevitable decision to delay having kids means that millions of young adults will never have children. Every time you ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? You actually make it less likely they'll ever choose to be a mother or father. This is the 4th of 7 strategies designed to sterilize society. The reason that question is so powerful is because it carries with it the assumption that what you choose to do defines who you are. In the past, before the Industrial Revolution, the majority of people wanted to be a father or mother, and they saw work as a way of providing for that future family. But questions like this one tell kids that their work will become their primary identity, making it more likely they'll prioritize their work identity over their family identity. The insistence that we drive every woman into the workforce, even when they would rather be a mother, put the single income family out of reach for millions of people. This is the 5th of 7 strategies designed to sterilize society. It's a simple supply and demand reality. When women entered the workforce, the supply of workers doubled. With twice as many workers, employers could reduce wages or keep them static, which resulted in the income of many double-income families being roughly about the same purchasing power as their parents had on a single income. And fewer single-income households results in fewer children. The transformation of sexual ethics in the 1960s exchanged fidelity in marriage for promiscuity and porn. This is the 6th of 7 strategies designed to sterilize society. Waiting until marriage to experience sex motivated millions of men and women to marry young and have children. Sexual liberation made marriage seem unnecessary for many men and women. Instead, we get to enjoy new trends like porn making up 25% of all internet traffic, and how the top 5% of high-status men are bringing back a new kind of polygamy, where they manipulate women to join a kind of hidden harem. Researchers have just discovered that hormonal birth control make masculine-looking men less attractive to women. This is the 7th of 7 strategies designed to sterilize society. In the rush to prescribe hormonal birth control to as many women as possible to prevent the disease of pregnancy, we were unaware of some of the subtler side effects. The National Institute of Health reported that women on birth control are attracted to less masculine features in men. But this can change once they come off of birth control in order to start a family. That means millions of women may have married men they would not have chosen to be fathers for their children, and run the risk of being less attracted to their husbands once it's time to start a family.